Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in Gelderland. Till I get to the other side of the power pylon, then I'm going to put the hired help going and just kind of leave it to carry on doing the work. I want to go and just move some stuff around on our factories. The cheese was automatically being distributed from our dairy, but I haven't got anything else set on distribution. I did that for a reason. I kind of wanted to keep the pallets so that we have to do it ourselves, just because I kind of like the idea of doing the pallets ourselves. Right. As you can see, I've set the hired help going, and we'll probably have a stripe on each side that we've got to go and correct, and that's absolutely fine. I've got no problem with that. So I'm going to leave that one doing that, and then I'm just going to... Well, you can still stay there for a second. I want to just check on our plow. Right, he's doing a great job. He's nearly done. And then we want to go... So this one here, he's now got all the potatoes loaded up. So I'm just going to move now the potatoes into the next bin so that we don't have any stored in this pig food bin. Quite possibly actually going to get rid of that pig food bin. Because, yeah, I'm really not feeling it for pigs at the moment. Done a lot to do with pigs over time, and I'm kind of not feeling like doing pigs. There is... How are you doing on this end? Let's just see if he is able to actually turn properly on here without any major hiccups. And yes, that seems absolutely fine. Right, okay, so that one can carry on there. It's this one that I wanted to get to. So what we've got is we've got a few pallets in here. I've got cereal in here. I've got 3,000 stored, plus we've got the 4,000 outside. Over here, I've got milk, eggs, and butter in the industrial bakery. No active productions. So let's go in here. This one... Industrial bakery right here. We were going to do cake in this one. I want to do cake in this one because if you do bread... Oh, here. Yeah, you just want flour. Whereas cake needs flour and sugar and strawberries. So we've still got the sugar and the strawberries to get. Greenhouses. We need to get greenhouses. There's another thing that we need to work on. I've used up the flour that was in here. I got 14,000 out there on that one. And then I got 38,000 on that one ready to go. The flour here. This dairy right here. So the cheese is distributing. And that one up there, I got 2,400 flour at the moment, and we got 4,000 bread. And then down here, I got cheese coming into this one. So that one's now full of cheese. I can't take any more cheese in that one, and I don't think there's cheese going to anything else at the moment. There probably will be later, but there isn't right now. So this one here, if we have premium potato, if we have potatoes and water, we can start making premium potatoes. And there's one thing there. Now, at the moment, all of these are set on spawn. So what I'm going to do is, if I click on that one there, change output mode, selling, distributing, or spawn. I don't want to spawn them, but I don't want to distribute. Well, actually, I don't think they do distribute anywhere else. I think all of the stuff in here, there's nowhere else for it to go. So if I set them all to... No, not selling. If I set them all to distributing... They will just be stored inside the factory until I choose. I could then go over them and change it to spawn and change that over. So I can just keep them as distributing. And I think what they'll do then is they will refill back in these areas up here for future production runs, which is actually what we want. So if I set everything on here to distributing, then... we can start getting some of the stuff ready in there. And we also need to start looking at other ingredients. I'm going to have a look and see how much of this that we can actually make. Because, like, I'm going to need sunflower oil or canola oil in order to make fat. Canola oil right there. Or just plain beans, plain soybeans we can put in. So I've got canola oil, I think, is being made at the moment somewhere else. We'll have a look at that in a sec. Let me just change these over. Up here, I've got soybean oil there that is been produced. and canola oil there, which we can produce. But we can also produce some sunflower oil once we've harvested our sunflowers, if we are able to harvest them. So I'm not entirely sure whether or not we're going to even be able to do that on this map. But it's the canola. Now, do we have... We got 77,000 litres of canola in storage right there. And then if I go here, we've also got the pig food thing over here. That has actually got no products at all in it now, which is good. That's what I want. So I'm going to sell that pig food production. Right. And the ploughing is finished over there in the potato field. Let's zoom down a little bit. There you go. There you can see. Right. He's finished over there. So that one's all done. I need to move that one forward. So this potato, the pig food one here, I'm going to sell that. That's gone. Okay. If we do, we may come back to that a bit later on. I'm not entirely sure at the moment. At the moment, I'm not really feeling it for pigs, so we'll leave that. And what I have got, though, is over here. If I finish unloading these potatoes, we've got canola in here. So I could actually convert that into oil, which we could then use on our potato thing for... Actually, have I got the potatoes? Oh, I've got 200,000 litres of potatoes in there already. Right, okay. Let's not worry about that. So I'll unload the potatoes here. And I'll get all of the canola that we've got in here, and we'll take that over to the oil place, and we'll deal with that. So I got soybean oil here right now. Now, we go and have a look down our list. We want to find soybean oil somewhere. Where is it? We got a lot of things on here. There we go, soybean oil. Right, 2,083 at the moment. It does potentially go up to 2,256 on here, all the way down to 1,200 down there. So I'm going to assume that our current price of 2,083 is actually a pretty good price, and that's the one I'm going to take. Right, I can't do anything there for a sec. I need to just change the angle. He needs to be over this way a bit more. So he's underneath the... Okay, he needs to be over this way a little bit more still. I need him to be underneath the spout. Let's try it around like this. Is that more like it? Aha, right. Wheat, barley, oats, canola. 77,000 litres of canola. So we'll drop all of that into there. And while that's loading up, I'm going to go... you know what? We could probably just sell this one. Getting annoyed. It's one less thing that we got to flick through when we're doing our flicking through, and I'm probably not going to use that one at the moment. Let's have a look. Beet, crop, mowers, seeders, forestry, cars. There we go. Right, I'll sell that one. Yes. Thinking actually we might sell the bike as well. We could always buy that one back later and do something with it. So let's sell that one. The Flintstones vehicle, we're going to keep that one. We'll keep that. We'll keep hold of it for a bit. Right. Okay. And then I want to go. Oh, you're nearly done. Ha ha! Fantastic. And I'm going to want this one. Except that I want to go to the sell anything container, so I'm actually going to want to go to this one so that I can go and gather up the soybean oil. And is there anything else that we've got that we're ready to sell? There is some cereal that we've got. There's a few pallets of that. And that is cereal right there. The sell everything container is actually, well, slightly different price to the container sell, but it's pretty good. Although the main price for that one is 2,600. That's February, March. There is a lot of stuff that you want to sell February, March, which is a better time to sell than here in September. But that oil, I want to sell that oil at the moment because then I can get rid, I'm getting rid of it. It's moved. It's out of the way. I don't need to worry about it anymore. And then I can get the canola in here and I can start making that instead. So I'm just going to load all of that up. Why is it not loading anymore? Oh, I see. There is a way to do this. You basically just give them a tiny little bit of a nudge, and then... There we go. Excellent. Right. So, I've now got 13,000 litres of soybean oil. In the future, well, we got soybeans in that field right there. We will put soybeans elsewhere. We won't turn them into oil and sell them. We could very well use them for vegetable fat or something. I'm not quite sure 100% what we're going to do. The potato thing I really like, and I like the idea of getting lots and lots of different products coming out of that potato factory. I think that's going to be quite cool. So I'm kind of wanting to have that one as a main focus, but there's still other things that we want to produce. I still need to make some erect some greenhouses, put a few of them down, and we'll use the greenhouses just to produce strawberries for cake. So we're not going to need lots of greenhouses. We're only going to need a few, and I'm going too fast again. 3,000 euros this time for our speeding fine. I'm thinking that maybe most of the time we're just going to use the speeding fine as a test to see how great we really are. Let's go on round here. And soybean oil. Totally didn't smash into that. That was a figment of your imagination. There we go. Right. Everything being on hard mode for the economy, I think it does make it more interesting. Okay, there we go. We have sold all of that. I can now go and take this one back. I need to finish off the field with the... Why are you stopping there? I'm nowhere near you. Useless people. Absolutely nowhere near you whatsoever. And I'm actually going to slow down a little tiny bit next to the speed camera, and then I'm going to carry on again. So I didn't get a speeding... Oh, no, I didn't get a speeding fine. I thought the money coming up there, 772, was a speeding... It wasn't a speeding ticket. It was wages. It was definitely wages. Right. So you can be returned. There's nothing else that I want to sell at the moment, so this one can just go and park up. We do have a few things that we want to move around. So I'm just going to bring you over here. And one of the things that I wanted to move... Well, I do want to go and move this around. So we're going to go and put some canola into the oil factory. Start making canola oil. And then we'll be able to take the canola oil and take that over to the potato factory, which we will be able to use for making vegetable fat, which is something that we're going to need. So let's bring you there. Start overloading canola. Right. I've got this job to finish. We're busy people. We got a lot to do. So I want to take this one. I'm going to spin you round. Completely doing that right. There we go. It's the absolute perfect way to do this. And then lower that one. Unfortunately, I can't have the hired help doing this. I've just got to just manually run over it myself. I mean, it doesn't take very long, but it's still something that's got to be done. So I got this strip, and then I got a strip over there to go and do. Oh, something I didn't actually check while we were doing this was whether or not we're getting the fertilizer come out. That was something that was one of the things and we didn't. So it hasn't gone in first. So I went and spread all that fertilizer on the field with our fertilizer machine, and it was a complete waste of time. Because even though I'm using fertilizer from the machine now while I do this job, it's not actually applying it to the field properly. So applying the fertilizer from the spreader was a complete waste of time and money. So we shouldn't have done that. We needed to wait until next season, until after the planting. So we're going to have to go back over this field again. Right. I'm going to fold this up like this as we drive along. I wonder if we're going to be able to have it folded before we get to the road. I would say it's unlikely. Oh, maybe. Sort of. Well, not quite. But I'm not entirely sure. I'm going out onto the road. I got to decide what I got to put in that field. I'm thinking... Right, I'll put wheat in there. So we've now got wheat in that one. I had oats in there as well, and I've got like 77,000 litres of oats. So I had a bit of canola down there. I think we'll put canola in this field, and we'll also put canola in this field here. We will do both of these fields here with sugar beet. Then that one there can be done with, I don't know, barley? Maybe? I don't know. Something. Oh, we need to do corn. We're going to need some more corn, aren't we? Let's grow. We're going to have to put, I think we'll put corn into field 37. We're going to want a big field of corn here somewhere. So maybe we'll do these two as corn, I think. Sugar beet there and in field 14. So we've got sort of long strips of sugar beet. And then that one there is, what did I even say that one's going to be? I think we're going to do canola in these two. I can't remember. So when's the planting season for these? Canola is right now, which means I actually need, if I want canola being grown, I do want to start it in that field, and then I'm also going to want to do it in that field over there. That one's going to require a little bit of work. There was stuff I want to do here, so I don't need to worry about the cereals right there. They can stay for a minute. I've got butter over there that I'm going to want to move. Let me just have a look at our production. So what is it that I'm going to want? Soybean oil right here. I can deactivate the soybeans, and we can then go to canola oil there. I've got 77,000 litres of that. This soybean oil right here, I'm going to change the output mode, and I'm going to have that on sell. And then I'm going to go to the canola over here, and actually I'm going to go canola oil. I'm going to click on that one. And I'm going to activate that. And then the canola oil can just spawn out. We'll leave it like that. This one here will eventually sell. I think it's on the hour that one sells. And then up here. So cheese is distributing out. There's not much cheese in there at the minute. Butter, we're waiting on that to spawn. So I need butter. I don't need butter there. This one is just doing bread. So that one's taking the flour in. And the other one down here, this one, we've already got 7,000 litres of butter in there. This one here, we need 10,000 litres of butter. So I need to take some butter to the potato factory. And then we want to move flour around as well. I've got a little bit of cheese over there in the corner, which we will end up selling, I think. So I'm going to bring you down over this way. Start loading that up. So that is 9,000 litres of butter, and I'm going to take this over to the potato factory. And then we've got, that's about it for a minute. There isn't a huge amount else that we can do at the moment. Just bring you back in here like this. And that immediately starts unloading. 9,000 litres of butter has gone in there. I need strawberries, so we've got to have greenhouses. And we're also going to want, what else are we going to want? Oh, I wanted to move the flour, and I want to bring it to this bakery here, which is actually, that's one of the original bakeries, isn't it? So it was that one. It's an original bakery, and that's on spawn. So this is going to give us 5,000 litre pallets, which is awesome. So I just want to go and gather up all the flour that I can get from here and then drop it back down over there. So I'm going to start this one loading up like this. Take all of the flour. I don't know if there's any more coming out of this one. I thought that maybe it was 2 lines on there. Potentially it's not. Wheat in here. There's 38,000 litres of flour there. And then this one here is 14,000. Right. This one's got 38 pallets that can potentially be spawned out there. So there's a little bit of flour to come. 24,000 litres on me. How much goes into the basic bakery? Let's have a look. You up here. We can have 65,000 litres. Alright. So I can drop all of this in here. That will allow us to start processing bread. And then if we can upgrade this one, we'll get a whole load more bread as well. A bit more. It's not getting those that side, and then I want to get these. Right, that's everything in there. I've now got 26,000 litres in here, and the bread is busy running. So I can now go with the upgrade. I still don't have enough money, so I can't upgrade it, not yet. But we should. Do I want to move flour to one of the other ones as well? I suppose it would be a good idea to put some of the flour into one of the other places that need it. We've got... Who does actually need flour? It's that bakery. I don't think there's any other... Well, there's the other bakery. There's this one, which we're going to be making cakes. And you here. Do you need flour? No, you don't. Peppers are the only ones that I'm not sure about where... I'm not sure where we're going to get peppers from. Oh, and onions. We need peppers and onions. There's also a pizza place as well that I want to get. And I want to be able to make pizza. So that's another one that we want to put down. And we're going to need cheese for that one. And a few other bits. I think that also requires the peppers. So we start dropping that in there. And then forward so we can get those. And while that is doing so... Actually, let's not worry about that one. Okay, so I've loaded a load of stuff in there. There's nothing else that I need to worry about at the moment. The bread is working. The other factories are working. The ones that can work are working. Oh, except for the potato one. I've got premium potatoes right here. We want to start making these. So I've changed all of the outputs to distributing. So they'll basically just stay where they are. And we've got water in here, 60,000 litres, and we've also got 200,000 litres of potatoes. So I'm going to go and get more water, but I'm going to start this one off. Premium potatoes, I'm going to activate that. So there's 2 per month, but we get 6,720 of these premium potatoes created every month, which I think is pretty awesome, to be honest. I now have 1 premium potato, which is fantastic. Starch is now coming in, and then the premium potatoes in there, they're also coming in. This is awesome. Right, so I got that one coming along. You stay there. I will now move. Let's go to this one and actually do something with it. Like, it's been parked here in the ditch for a little while, hanging its head in shame. And probably don't want it to be hanging its head in shame. So I need to get our seed drill out over here so that we can do something... we can get this field starting to be planted, and then I'm also going to want to... Well, next month I'm going to want to start doing some fertilizer in here, so I'm just going to bring this one over this side. You're going to park up right there, and you're going to wait, so you can get straight into that field as soon as you're able to. You over here, I've got that trailer on the back. I can't even remember what I was going to use that one for, but... I don't need to anymore. Oh, that was a TARDIS trailer. Yeah, I can't even remember what I used. Moving the potatoes, I think. But I want water. I'm going to need some more water. So I'm going to bring you over here to the water bit. And we're going to start refilling that. I'm just going to shut you off. So you'll have 60,000 litres of water go into there. That's fine. And we can leave. We'll just leave you there for a minute. It's... Shut you off. I want to go to this one, but he's actually facing the wrong way. I need to get you into the next field, and we want to be planting canola in there. I've got to get canola planted today. This is the last day that we've got for planting canola. So I'm going to bring you around this way, and then we will change the crop over there. Oh, canola, we've got canola in there. Get this into the field here so that I can start doing the planting. And as soon as we've done the planting, sure that the drifting that's going on with this thing is entirely healthy, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So do that. And then unfold this bad boy. I kind of want to do a little bit here on the end, I think. Because otherwise he's going to struggle to turn. Maybe? No, I don't actually know. He might be alright doing his turning on his own, without getting too confused and confuddled. I mean, it might, you never can tell. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to set the hired help going, and then I'm just basically going to see whether or not the hired help is able to cope with it if we get a message come up. So pretty much I'm just waiting for it. If I get a death message come up, then I'm just going to assume that perhaps it was not able to cope, and we will do something different. So I'm going to swing you around that way a little bit, there. Try and line you up reasonably well. I'll give you a fighting chance. See if I can just get you near the edge of the field, maybe in a little bit. Right. Hired help is now underway. I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to get involved. I'm going to go over... You know what? I'm going to leave that one there, and I'm going to go into here. So what I'm going to need to do is I want to turn this field into one big field, but quite frankly, it's going to be something that you are going to find rather tedious. So I will run round that. That tree can stay. That one's earned a reprieve, but I need to remove the trees in the middle here. I need to join the two fields together so that I've got a bigger field. Although... could I maybe join that and then just have this as one big field? Because I'm going to join those two. Let me have a look. There's a lot of trees here at the bottom of this field. The pine trees. I mean, there's a little bit of a pine forest right there. There's a bigger area there of freestanding timber. But I'm getting rid of quite a bit of it so that we can... well, at least back to the bank over here. So all of these trees are going to go so that we can just use this as proper field. And then I'll see what we're going to do about that other field over there. I've got to... actually, no, I can't join that one in as a road there. I can see the car going up through. So a little bit of a shame. That one, that soybean field, well, the one that's soybeans at the moment, that was just going to have to stay on its own. Just that single solitary strip all the way up through. I've joined the other field together. I'll get back to that one in just a second. This field down here, I want to join it together. There's a ditch that's out here on the second one. So this is the ones that we had as canola fields previously. So near our farm up there. Now, I've removed the trees from in the middle there, and I already did that. But there's a bit of a ditch over on this side, which stops us from sort of having the field all the way up through. So what I'm going to do is, basically, I'm filling all of this in. And all we're going to do is we're just going to pretend that, although there's no ditch there, what we've done is we've essentially put in a very, very expensive land drain in underneath that should stay open and allow the water to keep flowing. Now, you wouldn't normally do that. That is absolutely not something that you would normally do. But in this instance, it's something that we need to do. So, yeah, that's kind of the solution that I'm coming up with for this bit, is we're putting in a land drain. It's going to go all the way through, so not just in the entranceway that we've got right there, but right the way down the length of the field. And then I've got a couple of trees that I need to go and get rid of as well. And that's the last tree right there. I mean, there's probably more trees that I want to get rid of, but that'll do for a minute. I'm now... Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.